portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Welcome back. A woman remains in hospital tonight after being shot at her Pt.2 Street home. Police say the incident took place around 9 last night when gunmen approached and opened fire, hitting her to the back. According to reports, the culprits got away on foot. The victim was rushed to hospital where she's detained in serious condition. Investigations continue. The disciplinary hearing involving those 5 Defense Force officers accused of mistreating Cuban detainees at the Carmichael Road Detention Center continued recently with a special hearing at the Office of the Attorney General. Attorney Wayne Monroe is representing them. He updated us on the matter.
And we did it at the Office of the Attorney General to utilize their video conferencing capacity, and we took the evidence of the last Cuban detainee, former Cuban detainee who is now in somewhere in the U.S. And the prosecution of the disciplinary process has now come to an end, and there's a date set later this month. I can't recall right now what date it is for me to make addresses to Captain Sawyer, who is the authorized officer.
The Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employees Confederation hailing the first quarter of the value-added tax filing and returns period a success. The Chamber's executive director sat down with our Clint Watson to discuss the new tax and how it's impacting businesses.
Barring small glitches and challenges, Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Edison Sumner is pleased with the implementation of the value-added tax and the minimal impact on the business community. The first filing period was on the 2nd of March for the large businesses, those earning a minimum of $5 million a year.
95% of those companies filed their returns and paid their liability to the government on time, which was a fantastic response. The other 5% have since caught up and have gotten it done.
The real test for the government, though, according to Sumner, will be the second filing period known as the quarterly filers, which is due by the 28th of April.
We're looking at another 6,000 small businesses, small and medium-sized businesses, who've got to file their returns by the 28th. They've got to make payments by the 28th. So before, when the VAT unit was able to handle several hundred large businesses, the dynamics have changed quite significantly in that now they've got to manage 6,000 or more small and medium-sized businesses. So this is where the true test is going to come.
Sumner says while the VAT unit has persons equipped with the necessary skills, they will still be challenged with not only human resources management, but IT systems as well, with so many payments being remitted through the system. He offered this suggestion for quarterly filers to help to alleviate the clogging.
So do not wait until the 28th. Make your payments as soon as you possibly can. And in fact, if you're still unsure or unclear on how to file your returns, the VAT department is hosting VAT filing workshops 3 times a day for at least 3 or 4 days a week at their office at the Gladstone Freight Terminal. They're walking you through the process of filing, how to get it done. And if you were to file early and you find that you've made some errors in your filing, you have time to correct it. But the problem is going to be when you wait until the 28th, find that there might have been an error in your filing, there's no time to correct it, you file late, and now you're susceptible to potential fines.
Sumner also suggests that those who file quarterly can actually do so monthly if they choose to make it easier.
As you collect the government revenue, turn it over, get rid of that liability, keep your books flowing properly, keep your operations intact, and then it takes away the risk also and the temptation of incorporating the government's revenue or taxes into your operating revenue. And, if that happens, it may make it more difficult for you to make the payment at the end of the quarter.
The executive says while the business community has responded well to VAT, the concern is on how the new tax is impacting consumers, and that's where the attention should be placed, particularly for those who find it difficult making ends meet. He also encouraged merchants not to take advantage of the situation by price gouging. It's something he says the Chamber and Confederation is monitoring closely. Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.